The Boys Season 3's most disappointing arc significantly weighed it down, but the show's 1950s prequel has the perfect opportunity to rectify its biggest mistake. Loosely based on Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson's comic book series of the same name, Amazon's The Boys only borrows some foundational ideas from the original comic books but drifts far away from many of its story elements. Given how the show has consistently landed in critics' good books and is also among Amazon's most profitable IPs, drifting away from comic books has clearly benefited it in several ways. However, as The Boys Season 3 suggests, not every creative liberty has worked in the show's favor. The third installment of the franchise was expected to accurately adapt one of the most memorable arcs from the comic books. Unfortunately, the show's portrayal of the arc did not even come close to being as hard-hitting as the comics. Now that a prequel to The Boys has been confirmed, it can finally fix Season 3's missed opportunity. The Boys Season 3's Harrigasm didn't live up to the hype. The Boys Season 3 downplayed Harrigasm. Harrigasm was one of the most highly anticipated arcs of The Boys Season 3. Although the season had a lot to offer and even featured some of the best fight sequences from the series, Harrigasm failed to live up to the hype because it just was not as provocative and boundary-pushing as it was expected to be. One of the biggest issues with The Boys Season 3's portrayal of Harrigasm was that, even though it was supposed to be one of the season's biggest highlights, the show took a little too long to get to it. Even Season 4's Episode 6, titled Harrigasm, was supposed to solely focus on the event. Unfortunately, it did not feature the soup orgy until halfway through its runtime. And even when it did, the main event was not its focus as it kept cutting away to several behind-the-scenes story elements. The scale of the event also felt significantly smaller in the series compared to the original comics, where it unfolds on a private island. To make things even worse, none of the main soups in The Boys were participants in it. In an episode where the comic book's most shocking and controversial arc was supposed to be the highlight, Homelander's fight with Billy Butcher and Soldier Boy became the primary focus. During the lead-up to The Boys Season 3, its Harrigasm arc was also overhyped, which raised audience expectations. Sadly, the reality of the episode did not match the hype. The Boys Season 3 failed to capture the essence of the comic's Harrigasm storyline, but the show's upcoming spin-off can make up for it. Vought Rising can revisit Harrigasm, and finally do it right. Vought Rising has the perfect opportunity to portray the first Harrigasm. A composite image of Soldier Boy looking over his shoulder in front of Stormfront as she flies in the air from The Boys' custom image by Dalton Norman. The Boys' upcoming spin-off/prequel, Vought Rising, has the perfect opportunity to revisit Harrigasm and finally do it right. As Vought Rising's story details confirm, it will unfold in the 1950s and follow Soldier Boy and Clara Vought, better known as Stormfront in The Boys. Although it will primarily revolve around a murder mystery and explore the early days of Vaught's development, it can also give a glimpse of how the Harrigasm event started. As The Boys' original lore reveals, Harrigasm was founded by Soldier Boy and Clara Vought in 1952, which would perfectly fit into the spin-off show's timeline. Unlike The Boys Season 3, which merely brushed over the annual soup event, Vought Rising could walk through all the bizarre things that happened during the orgy and deliver what the parent series couldn't. Given how graphic and messed up the Harrigasm arc is in the original comics, Vought Rising will also have to hold back from capturing the full scale of the event. However, it can still portray it way better than The Boys Season 3.